Without a struggle, there can be no progress. It is easier to build strong children and to repair broken men. Once you learn to read, you will be forever free. Knowledge makes a man unfit to be a slave. I prefer to be true to myself, even at the hazard of incurring the ridicule of others, rather than to be false and to incur my abhorrence. You are not judged by the height you have risen, but by the depth you have climbed. Education means emancipation. It means light and liberty. It means the uplifting of the soul of man into the glorious light of truth, the light by which man can only be made free. Power concedes nothing without a demand. It never did, and it never will. I would unite with anybody to do right, and with nobody to do wrong. A gentleman will not insult me, and no man not a gentleman can insult me. I prayed for freedom for 20 years, but received no answer until I prayed with my legs. To suppress free speech is a double wrong. It violates the rights of the hearer as well as those of the speaker. A man's rights rest in 3 boxes: the ballot box, the jury box, and the cartridge box. The white man's happiness cannot be purchased by the black man's misery. I had as well be killed running as die standing. It is not light that we need, but fire. It is not the gentle shower, but thunder. We need the storm, the whirlwind, and the earthquake. The soul that is within me no man can degrade. No man can put a chain about the ankle of his fellow man without at last finding the other end fastened about his own neck. What to the slave is the 4th of July? The opposite of compromise is character. People might not get all they work for in this world, but they must certainly work for all they get. In the struggle for justice, the only reward is the opportunity to be in the struggle. You can't expect that you're going to have it tomorrow. You just have to keep working on it. One and God make a majority. A slave is someone who sits down and waits for someone to free them. Liberty is meaningless where the right to utter one's thoughts and opinions has ceased to exist. That of all rights is the dread of tyrants. It is the right which they first of all strike down. Our destiny is largely in our hands. The limits of tyrants are prescribed by the endurance of those whom they oppose. If there is no struggle, there is no progress. Some know the value of education by having it. I know its value by not having it. We have to do with the past only as we can make it useful to the present and the future. What is possible for me is possible for you. Right is of no sex, truth is of no color, is the Father of us all, and we are all brethren. I know of no rights of race superior to the rights of humanity. When a great truth once gets abroad in the world, no power on earth can imprison it or prescribe its limits or suppress it. It is bound to go on till it becomes the thought of the world. no man can be truly free, whose liberty is dependent upon the thought, feeling, and action of others, and who is himself no means in his own hands for guarding, protecting, defending, and maintaining that liberty. Those who profess to favor freedom and yet depreciate agitation are men who want crops without plowing up the ground. You have seen how a man was made a slave. You shall see how a slave was made a man. Freedom is a road seldom traveled by the multitude. This 4th of July is yours, not mine. You may rejoice. I must mourn. The life of the nation is secure only while the nation is honest, truthful, and virtuous. In life, you don't get everything you pay for, but you must pay for everything you get. When men sow the wind, it is rational to expect that they will reap the whirlwind. The thing worse than rebellion is the thing that causes rebellion. What, to the American slave, is your 4th of July? I answer, a day that reveals to him, more than all other days of the year, the gross injustices and cruelty to which he is the constant victim. To him, your celebration is a sham. A man without force is without the essential dignity of humanity. Human nature is so constituted that it cannot honor a helpless man, although it can pity him. Find out just what any people will quietly submit to, and you have the exact measure of the injustice and wrong which will be imposed on them. Liberty for all, chains for none. A battle lost or won is easily described, understood, and appreciated, but the moral growth of a great nation requires reflection as well as observation to appreciate it.